to Your Finest Pardon. This is our first episode sitting together, which is like so fun. We are your hosts. I'm Morgan.
And I'm Amy.
Hello. And we're going to talk about all things brain rot. I want to jump in right away and talk about Lil Jon at the DNC last night. The most iconic, if you haven't yet seen it, Lil Jon was like, he brought in the delegates for Georgia, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then like, instead of singing Turn Down for What, he did Turn Out for What? And it's just like it's so unserious that I don't know. When you sent me that video this morning.
I woke up this morning, opened up TikTok, first thing that popped on, and I went, have to send this to Morgan. This is the most Morgan thing I've ever seen.
It was so funny, and it's like, it's speaking so hard to the millennials. Like, it's so speaking to anyone who's like 35 and above, really.
Oh, yeah.
Even like, my mom was like, did you see Little John? And I was like... I did in fact see Little John, and he did a great job.
The Little John.
Mm-hmm. I could always tell that these rappers are getting older, like Ludacris too, because it's like their glasses just keep getting bigger
and bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we have to hide the like severe crow's feet.
Exactly. You can't see me age.
I know, like, and they just sort of, and like it's the same song from like, when did that song even come out? You weren't alive. It came out before.
The little child.
Yeah, it came out before you were born. Yeah, and then like I love how like hilarious this campaign is being. Like,
oh, I know.
The
coconut tree and
it all just happened so organically.
It did.
In such a good way. Anyway, that's been at the top of my mind.
I know.
Like making sure everyone is aware.
Everyone's up to date on that.
That everyone watched him come down the little bouncy steps.
Turning out for what?
Yes. Okay, do you want me, should I go? Okay, so the premise of this pod is that we're gonna like, each of us are gonna bring 3 items that are at the top of mind for us, pop culture wise. Do you want me to do my next one, or do you want to do your first one?
You can go first.
Okay, so Ashanti and Nelly had their baby. Do you even know who these people are?
No.
Shut up. You don't know who Ashanti is?
No.
Oh my god. God damn it. Okay, so first, you know who Nelly is, right?
Yes,
okay,
yeah,
great. Okay, so Ashanti was like, of the like Aaliyah and Nelly, like she was huge during that time. She did the like, see my days are gone without you, but I'm hurting wild. No, she was like in all the Fat Joe songs.
Beautiful singing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you know who Fat Joe is?
No.
This isn't gonna work.
You didn't give me homework beforehand.
Literally, I'm so shocked. That's what I should have done, is I should have just made a whole podcast of like me knowing people that you don't know, because I also don't know anybody who you know.
Oh yeah.
But
like movies. You bring up movies all the time, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. There's this infamous moment when actually it was the first time that I thought like we should do a podcast together, which I asked you who Tara Reid was. So my husband and I were fighting about who like whether or not the Gen Z knows who Tara Reid is. And if you don't know, like, please stop listening to this podcast. But she's like the it girl from all the American Pie movies. And I, like, we know who she is very much. And my husband was like, everybody knows Tara Reid. She's super famous. And I was like, literally the only, like, she did this really, like, unhinged video series with Robert Pattinson in the parking garage of her apartment. And that's the only way, like, if you haven't seen it, you gotta go look those up. Because they're...
take notes on what I need to...
They're really strange. And that's when she popped back onto my radar, like, Christmas time of last year.
Yeah.
Anyway, and like that, Robert Pattinson was like in the middle of Suki Waterhouse. Now they have a baby and like it's all, but anyway, and I sent you a text that was like, hey, do you know, who Tara Reid is? And do you remember what you said to me?
No, but it was probably like, I have no idea, but my parents are right here. Let me ask them. Because I was sitting at my parents' house. We were watching a movie or a show or something. And I was visiting them for the evening. And I think it was around Christmas time, wasn't it? And
yes.
I think my sister was there back from college. And I was like, do you guys know who this is? And they're like, yeah, duh.
And your reply was like, I don't, but my mom does.
My mom does.
And
my sister has no idea either.
And I basically perished. Like, I evaporated. And I'm having this moment now because it's really exciting that Ashanti and Nelly had a baby. They were two very iconic, like, hip hop people, artists, and Ashanti was equally iconic to Nelly. It's crazy. You have to know her. You just don't know you know her. But anyway, They had a baby, and it's very exciting. And she like posted her postpartum photo, and it's her being like, I also love these at Frida Baby shorts. I was like, get your back. Yes.
As you should.
Absolutely. Okay, hit me with your first one, because I don't know anything. I'm certainly not going to know.
Well, top of the list, I'm sure you know this, is the song that will not get out of my head is HOTTOGO.
Well, yeah.
Got to go.
That's old, though.
I know, but I cannot stop thinking about it.
I'm obsessed with Chaperone. Did you see her videos of, like, I don't know, yesterday or the day before, where she's, like, had a stalker?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like, don't fucking touch me in public. Like, don't touch me.
Yeah.
I'm so obsessed with her. The funny, did I tell you that Willa, her favorite song is Pink Pony Club?
Is it actually?
Yeah. She sings, Willa's my daughter, and she sings, instead of West Hollywood, she sings West Funny Word.
Oh my gosh.
West Funny Word.
I love Willa.
I know. So how did you become acquainted with Chapel Roan?
Honestly, I don't actually remember. All of a sudden, I just...
Osmosed.
I was at a wedding,
yeah.
and with Hillary,
yeah.
and Hillary was like, they keep playing all of her songs, like,
yeah.
she just kind of popped out of nowhere, and I was like, who are we talking about? This is like in June, so like, I'm really late to the party on things, and then after that, I've been like, oh, yes.
I like wish I could take credit for even like finding her.
Yeah.
I did a wedding several years ago. We're wedding planners, by the way. I did a wedding several years ago, and the couple had a like band break playlist situation, and that was the first song on it, and I was like, I heard it just because I like had to connect the sound.
Yeah, and you're like, what is
and I was
this?
like, I love it, and I had it saved on my phone, their playlist, and I listened like repeatedly to it, and like anyway, that's how I found her, and so I felt so cool when she got super famous, because I was like, she's been on my phone since 2021, I think.
Yeah, what?
I know.
That's kind of how I felt about Sabrina Carpenter, because I was into her since like Disney Channel era. Because
she was on the Disney Channel.
Yeah, she got famous. She did this like Disney Channel singing competition, and she got famous through that, and then was on like a Disney show called what was it? It was
It doesn't matter.
I can't remember. Yeah. Something about a world. I can't remember. Boy Meets World or something like that.
Or, no, Topanga and Corey are on Boy Meets World.
Okay, so then it's Girl Meets World. It's the Girl Meets World. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So she was on that, and I've been like my sister and I semi-fans since then. Ooh. And then around like 2020, I was like rediscovered her, and then she started popping off, and I'm very excited for her, but I'm also like, I found her first.
Listen, I had no idea that she was on the Disney Channel. That's actually really funny, because she came out of nowhere for me. I'm just like, who is she? And then it was like, I'm working late.
Because I'm a singer.
Yeah, I can't ever, I thought you were going to say that, actually, when you said, like, that's what, like, the song that's stuck in my head. And
no, that pops in my head. You know what song's also stuck in my head?
What?
Have you heard the new Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga song?
No, I've seen people talking about it, but I haven't heard it. Bruno Mars just, like...
He aches me out a little bit.
He aches me out.
He's so
Sorry,
short.
Bruno.
He's so short.
I love a short king. That doesn't bug me. It's just, it's something else. I feel like
he just feels like kind of icky and grimy.
He feels
like,
greasy.
Yeah, he does.
Like he would be greasy in person.
But I listened to it the first time like a couple days ago, and the first listen through, I was like, oh, because on TikTok everyone's like, this is like a resurgence of all the old characters coming out of the woodwork, and I popped it up, and I was like, oh, like it's fine, I guess. And then I started listening to it more, and I was like, pretty good. I don't know.
Is it as good as Pitbull? You should talk about...
No, certainly not. Speaking of Pitbull and Lil Jon, I'm going to another Pitbull concert in September, and Lil Jon is performing.
That's really exciting.
Uh-huh.
Ludacris is at the Oregon County Fair next week.
Are you gonna go?
Maybe. We're gonna see. Last night, Stu was telling me about it, and I was like, oh, shit, really? And he was like, there's tickets. So...
You're like...
I know.
A concept.
Maybe.
Filing that away.
Yep, filing that away. Ben and JLO. They're my next one.
I don't know the updates on that. I will say I've been off my, like, game. I haven't been online very much recently.
Well, I've been on enough for the
Yeah,
both
so
of us.
let's hear this.
Well, but I just have a bone to pick with the rollout of their divorce. They finally officially, like, filed for divorce today.
Not
but
surprising.
It's been, like, 8 months of it. And I'm like, how many videos do I have to make about that? How much information?
Yeah.
I'm learning it all against my will.
Yeah.
I'm like, how many page 6 does it need to be? I can't. So, like, the whole saga all summer, there was this really hilarious thing, and I can't remember who. There was some podcast host, but also celebrity that we, like, know, who was talking about how JLO staged her riding on a bike going to get ice cream in the Hamptons, like, almost every day. And she would, like, get full ass glam and just be like, I'm going. And for whatever reason, that entire thing, I was like, that is absolutely why they're getting it. Like, that can't be any other reason.
No, literally.
Yeah. And then, like, but they went through this whole thing where they would both, like, wear their rings and they won't wear their rings. And then they would wear them, then they wouldn't. And then, like, Ben Affleck moves out of the house. He gets a new house. Other people are coming to visit him at this other house. Matt Damon comes to visit at this other house. And then he's, like, driving around wearing a wedding ring. And then she's, like, alone celebrating her birthday literally by herself. Like, I know, it was sad. It was sad. She had a party, but, like, you know, she was alone. Yeah. And then, like, her ring is on, and then it wasn't on, and it was on, and it wasn't on. And for whatever reason, it's been driving me up the wall.
They're probably like, oh, we can't stand each other. And then, like, oh, actually.
And I love him. Like, she wakes up every morning and just, like, stands there and is like, today
I'm feeling like I love him.
Yeah. And then is it, like, does she just know she's going to get... Like, what do you think would be the motivation behind doing that? Like, do they just know that they're going to get photographed? And then they, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know. It could be, like, there was a motivation behind it where they, like, were purposefully doing it. Or it could have just been, like, oh, I feel like maybe we shouldn't go through with the divorce. Like, maybe we, like, maybe they, like, rekindled something. And then after, like, a couple weeks, and they're like, actually, tomato, no.
I know, tomato!
Boo tomato.
What is that? Is that boo tomato? Does that mean something? Does that actually mean something?
I don't know.
Is that just what you say?
Like tomato, like, you know, like when someone's on the stage, you know, like back in medieval.
No, I absolutely.
You get the concept.
Did you almost just say back in medieval? Tell me more.
You know, throw tomatoes at people, and, like, that's just a thing.
There's always lettuce in that, too. There's always, like, foul,
like rotten vegetables and things.
A rotten tomato. Boo tomato. I like boo tomato. I'm going to add that to my millennial list.
Boo tomato is the full thing, but when you don't want to add in the boo, it's just tomato.
Just tomato?
Yeah.
Okay, tomato. I like it, tomato. Either that or, like, maybe they just, like, left the house and they left their ring at home, and I'm just, like, obsessed for no reason. I'm just, like, really, I've literally read probably 20 blurbs on this. And I just needed to. Now I feel like I can put it to bed because I've talked to somebody about it.
Yeah. You talked to someone about it and it feels kind of more finished business with the divorce.
I'm satisfied now.
I feel like I can lay this to rest.
I can lay this to rest. I'm satisfied with their divorce. Yeah. Now.
Yeah. And that's what they were waiting for.
Yeah.
You to be satisfied.
Oh, good. Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. There is, though, and I'll have to pull up the picture. There's a picture of their aisle, them walking up the aisle on their wedding day, and there's a sign. I knew they were doomed from the start because they did those, like, wooden signs down the aisle that were like, love is patient, love is kind, or it was like something like that. And one of them is toppled over, and it's...
There it is.
Exactly. Tomato.
Tomato. It's so bad.
Tomato. And the whole time I was like, oh my God, how much money did they spend on this wedding? How much money did they spend on this wedding planner? Who didn't buy an easel?
No.
For that little thing. It makes me insane. I'll have to show the picture. Like, it literally, the second I saw it, like, whenever they got married, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I was like, and I showed,
never.
I know, and I showed a bunch of people that didn't care also, you know. Okay, what's your next one?
Well, kind of last week news, but the whole Sedona situation.
Yo! There's been a development, though, too. Have you seen Via's new clip?
Yes.
Yo!
I know.
What is going on?
I know.
First and foremost, we should just recap the entire Sedona situation together because I'm really glad you know about this, and
well,
this isn't Brain Rot City.
I was at school at University of Oregon when Sedona was at school. Like, enough so that, like, Sedona bought one of my friends a drink at a bar, kind of a thing. So, like, I've been in, like, the same proximity as Sedona, and, like, very, like, icky vibes. Like, it's just, like, it's, yeah. So I'm heavily invested as soon as, and I'm not surprised at all. And, like, it's just been crazy.
That's crazy. Do you still keep in touch with, like, the friends that also knew? Because you were very connected to the college community.
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't actually know that she was an Oregonian peer, or, like, maybe
she's
not.
Been in college for, like, forever.
7 years
with like all the COVID.
Sorry, look at how loud that was on the thing. Me screaming 7 years. She redshirt juniored in 2021. On TCU.
Yeah, so she was at Oregon, I'm pretty sure the whole time before that. Mm-hmm. And she really became famous because I think it was in 2020 or 2019, the U of O women's basketball team made it to the NCAA national championship. Yeah. And she TikToked and, like, vlogged the women's weight training room versus the men's.
Yeah.
And how the men's have all this awesome stuff, and the girls, it's like you get a dumbbell and
like
a
pink
mat.
dumbbell.
And so, like, that's how she became famous.
Okay,
and
I
started
love
doing
that
all
though,
which was great. And so we like when she was at Oregon.
Why did it have to be her that did that? What a cool thing!
I know. Okay. And then like everyone was kind of like on the Sedona train. Sedona had merch and stuff that she was selling at like the Duck store and all this kind of stuff.
Whoa.
And then probably like around 2021, 2022, everyone was kind of like,
So interesting. So, like, weird stuff was kind of happening.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then she transferred right then.
Transferred, yeah.
So, were you still in school when she transferred? No, because you were done in 21, right?
I was done in 22.
So
she had, like, just bounced out when I was, like, in my senior year.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, whoa. That's some, like, lore-ass shit. I didn't expect you to give that kind of lore on
I know. This one was my bad boy piece of information.
That's really good, Amy. That's really good lore. That's crazy. And so then, like, fast forward to now, did you see that TCU was like, sorry, her status is unchanged?
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess I get it. Like, none of that is, you know, you can't.
And, like, it's like hearsay, like
for them.
Exactly. But, like, I don't, it's a bad look. I think once no one shows up to the TCU basketball games and they lose all this money, then they might. I wonder
if that's going to happen. Like, we have such goldfish brain that, like, I wonder.
Oh, I think everyone's going to forget about it. Basketball season's so far away.
I know, and I hope that they don't. But, like, honestly, like, the new Via clip, and if you know on this one, and if you don't, go scroll to talk for 36 seconds today, and you'll find it. But, like, that it's just all the air got sucked out of where it should have, and now, like, it just it's such an unfortunate development, dude. It's such an unfortunate development. Because it's just so negative in every way. And then, like, I made a video about this last night, but I was talking about how, like, it just seems like there is, like, the curse of the multi-part series.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, you begin with a multi-part series. And then you apparently the people who also decide that they want to make a multi-part series just throw some casual slurs around in 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago as if that was an A-okay thing to do. And then it, like, I don't know. A bunch of people were saying, too, there was, like, all kinds of crazy conspiracy shit last night that was, like, Sedona dug that up. Like, there's no way that she... Yeah.
She's like, lawyers, get on it.
I know, but I was like, how? Like, that's not a thing. Like,
I know.
But, that's so wild that you knew her. Oh, my God. Yeah. I'm so glad that, like, all of you and your friend, everybody's safe from her.
And, like, I had friends that lived in the same apartment as her, and she would come over. It was like during COVID, I would go over and see my friends, and Sedona would, like, come in with, like, one of the other basketball girls and hang out for a little bit, and it was just, like, weird vibes. So, like, when all this was coming out, I was like it's kind of weird. Shit. I know. I was like, ooh.
Oh man, was she, like, pleasant? Was it pleasant to, like, sit and, like, have a conversation with her?
She didn't really talk to me. She talked to really only the people that she was close with. So, like, my friends I was visiting, since they lived across the hall from each other, like, she would basically only chat with them. Yeah. And like, I tried, and I would be like, hey, nothing. So.
Oh, that's so
I don't know her personally or anything, so couldn't really tell you, but.
That's so awkward.
I know.
Like, that's literally so awkward. I love that. Okay, I love that journey for us. That was really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go my last one, and it's, like, equally sad. Have you seen that Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's daughter Shiloh has dropped Pitt as a last name? I know. Like legally, like made a big show of it. Like he's now estranged from like I think most if not all of the kids.
Wow.
Yeah, and Shiloh, I believe Shiloh is their first child.
I think so too.
Yeah, Shiloh. At least I remember hearing Shiloh's name, but like
pretty sure Shiloh was the first.
Yeah. And like crazy stuff though, and then they have been fighting Angelina and Brad. It's so sad that it's like that was such a thing, Brangelina. But they have been fighting over their mutual stake in this winery, and I've become obsessed with it. So like they both own this winery, and like he's been trying to force her to sell her portion to him. She's been trying to force him to sell his portion to her. And it's become this like messy, nasty legal battle. He went to court and got it pushed through that he tried to call out all of her NDAs for the last like 15 years. So anybody who she had signed an NDA with, so that would detail like her pay for projects, would detail like anything she wasn't allowed to speak about, and so because she kept citing some of her like financial information, like I can't share that, it's on an NDA. So he called it all. And which is just like such a dick move. Yeah. And she was like, they fought about that in court for a while, and then the court ruled that she had to turn them all over. So she ended up having to, and I actually don't know the status of it all right now, but I think that's kind of what sparked Shiloh being like, this is the worst, I'm changing my name. But isn't that such a, like the end of an era sort of situation?
It is.
And
that's
like
crazy.
Wild. I know. I hope everybody's okay on that whole situation, but I can't stop thinking about it. And that's my last one. That's the last one. I feel like
that there's some dedication to changing your last name, because like all that paperwork and everything, and like you gotta be super purposeful and want to get rid of that.
Yeah, and like I didn't. Yeah. Like I got married and I was like, no, because you have to like hang a note outside the courthouse for 8 weeks. Like it's like a whole process, and you have to appear in court. You have to do all these things. So like you're right.
I didn't know you had to appear in court.
It's like very casual. Like you just have to be like, you stand there and you're like, yes, or whatever. But you do. It's a whole process to change your name. And then two, to like change such a famous name.
Oh yeah.
Like
that's crazy.
I know. Like that there has to be so much more to that story that I'm sure never hear.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my last one.
Chaos.
I know. What's your last one?
Did you hear about the brown trout situation?
No. What's that?
So I think in 2022 or something, this, I don't know if they're a couple or not, but this woman and this man, they went out fishing and caught a brown trout and basically filmed bestiality and recorded it. And the man who was recording it like got arrested and whatever, but they're now charging the female that was in the video, like with like in the recording. And I don't know all that information. I like just kind of saw that this morning, and I was like, what on earth? Because I think today something happened like in court or something today, or they brought in the female that was in the video. It was crazy.
The brown trout case.
She like
no
brown trout.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, disgusting.
Why? Did they like post it on Pornhub or something?
I don't know where they posted it originally, but
because who does that if you're not like getting paid for subscriptions? Like that's crazy.
It's disgusting.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like
so that was crazy. I was pitbull flabbergasted.
You were.
I was.
That's nuts. I'm gonna have to Google that. The brown trout.
Just look at brown trout on TikTok. And
probably it's like endangered too. Like that's always a thing. Yeah. Like and somehow it's like that poor trout.
I know.
It was just going around big mouth Billy Bassin, and it just was gonna be somebody's profile picture on Tinder later.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, the classic pose.
I know. Oh, did you see? By the way. Did you see the video of that woman? I just made a video about this like 15 minutes ago. That she found a Tinder profile with her husband's pictures and she's cropped out, and she made like a 4-minute long video, and it's real, I think, about her being like, who's catfishing is my husband?
Oh.
And she's like, look, I took this picture. She goes through like all these pictures.
No.
And it's like, girl. And all the comments are like, the call is coming from inside the house. They're like, I'm gonna hold your hand.
I'm old Jen when I tell you this, girl.
Because, like, she goes through every picture and she's like, I took this. We were in Greece. Like, we were here. This is my, like, half of my face. I'm in this. And then she goes through the whole, like, the bio. And the name is different. The location is, like, pretty close to, like, but, like, all the, like, she's like, and he's not Jewish. And I'm like, well, you could lie and say that you were Jewish. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that you wouldn't be searchable or something.
Wow, she really has a lot of trust in her husband. That it didn't even cross her mind.
I know. It's like, and it's real. All of us are. And then she goes, and like, and it says his height is 5'11". Well, that's pretty close. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Okay. And then she lets it slide at the end. She's like, and like, I don't even know how they got my pictures, but because my Facebook profile is private. Was like, sweetie, it is. We are B and C. Like, we're so close. Just come join us.
Yep.
Oh my god.
That's so bad.
I know. I feel really bad for her, but also, like, she posted this on the internet.
Denial is a river in Egypt.
It sure is. And that boy is gay. Isn't that the other part of that quote?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to end it with a list of millennial words that Google says are millennial slang. And
Love it.
Don't agree with some of them. Okay, bae, obviously.
Yeah, for sure millennial.
Basic, obviously.
Yeah.
Adulting, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Extra, yes. Low key, though?
I feel like low key is millennial, but like end of millennial, like almost Gen Z.
But like, I'm almost at the end of, well, maybe because I've used low key. Okay, that tracks. Shook, absolutely. This one, though, sus.
No, I think that's Gen Z.
See? I think that is too. Okay, good.
Is.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one's really great. Fam.
100% millennial.
100%. Lit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
100%. This one, on fleek. Do you even know what on fleek means?
Yes.
I miss on fleek. On fleek should come back, actually. Like, it's on fleek was really good. Bet. Younger.
I feel like that's Gen Z.
Younger. We don't say bet, we say you betcha. Oh my god. That's a shirt. I should make that on a shirt with like an arm. You
betcha.
Betcha. Throw shade, yes. FOMO, yes. Ghosted, yes. Glow up, yes. This one, humble brag. Do you remember humble brag?
No. Like,
it reminds me. Did you ever use #blessed?
I never used that,
but
I know that one. Yes.
Yeah. The only time I've ever really truly laughed at #blessed, my middle school bestie, hi Kato, was on my bachelorette party, and Kato was the only one who could take a poop on the entire trip. Like, we just all.
Oh, yeah. I can't.
No, it was too tough. We just nobody could make it happen, and we were drinking weird. It was just not. It was weird. And Kato the first morning came out and was like, I did it. I pooped. #blessed. And it was the funniest that has ever been. This one hurt me really hard.
Okay.
It me.
I've never heard that one.
You've never heard it me? Oh.
No.
Okay, well that's even more proving my point. That is older millennial if you haven't. It me. I like all like yeah. Oh, no. Basically being like, and you know the whole like, how did you get that footage of me? When it's like, I say that all the time. Yeah. Like, how did you get that live footage of me? And it's like a polar bear, I don't know, whatever. Mood, salty, and this last one angers me because I think I've seen. Okay, is slay old now?
I still use it, so probably. Slay was like 2022, I feel like.
But
and
that's
it's kind
not
of out.
old.
It's not that old, but I feel like it's out.
Are you out?
I've started to feel like I'm out. There's some things I see on TikTok that I'm like, like skibbity toilet?
I was just gonna ask, do you do the skibbity toilet thing?
No, I don't know how you'd even use it.
No,
like how do you like use that?
I don't know
for something.
I see like middle school teachers talking about it, and then they're like, teachers, all you have to say is just say it right back, like skibbity toilet, or like what's the one that's like Ohio? Isn't Ohio like bad? Yeah. Ohio's supposed to be
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the outs in that stuff.
I like Sigma though.
Yeah,
Sigma's cool.
I like that one. Yeah.
Ohio is funny. That is funny.
Yeah.
Skibbity toilet, I have no idea.
I just don't get it.
It's a YouTube series.
I've seen the the clips of that.
I've seen the
footage.
How did you get this live footage of me?
Me.
I'm gonna start texting you that all the time. Me. Well, this has been a treat. Yeah. I mean, that was our first episode. That was fun!
That was really fun.
Okay, come back next week. We're gonna do this again. And maybe we'll have 2 microphones.
Maybe.
I don't know. It is fun to share this microphone. Okay, we love you guys. Bye! Bye!